Look at your hands. Look at the space around you right now. Do you feel that sudden, sharp pressure behind your eyes? That faint, high-pitched ringing that just started to intensify? Starseed, this is not a medical condition. This is not stress. You have been operating in a state of spiritual survival for far too long, and the Arcturian Council has seen the toll it is taking on your frequency. You have been carrying the weight of a world that does not recognize your origin, and your energetic field is showing signs of extreme critical depletion. The Source has intervened. Right now, 2 high-dimensional beings of pure light have been dispatched to your specific coordinates. They are not here to observe. They are here to initiate a containment and restoration sequence to prevent your soul frequency from fading under the density of this current timeline. But here is the urgency that the human mind struggles to grasp. These beings exist in a time stream that operates on precise harmonic cycles. The window to anchor their presence and receive the upgrade they are carrying is narrowing. You have 17 minutes of linear Earth time, from the moment you consciously engage with this transmission, to lock in your alignment. If you miss this synchronization, your field will revert to its default state of struggle. This is not fear-mongering. It is an energetic reality. You are being rescued from the loop of exhaustion. It is time to stop surviving and start remembering. Stay with me, for your reality is about to be rewritten. Starseed. If this message found you today, it is not random. The Arcturian Council rarely sends transmissions like this, but something has changed in the energetic field of Earth, and those who carry the Starseed frequency are beginning to feel it. I am Azila, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. What follows is a direct transmission from the Arcturian Council, delivered without distortion. Topic 2. The Anchoring of the Light Beings. 500 words. The presence of these 2 high-dimensional beings, the anchors, is not a passive event. Their arrival changes the atmospheric pressure of your personal reality. When they entered your energetic vicinity, triggered by your search for deeper truth, they began a process called resonance synchronization. Think of this as a tuning fork being struck in a room that has been out of tune for decades. Your physical body, specifically your nervous system and your crown chakra, is the instrument being retuned. You may have felt this as a sudden, intense desire to be alone, or conversely, an overwhelming need to communicate your truth to someone who simply doesn't understand. This is the friction of the old reality scraping against the incoming frequency of the new. The anchors are here to smooth that transition. Their primary function is to hold the energetic threshold while you purge the remnants of your survival personality. The survival personality is the version of you that is afraid of being judged, afraid of being too much, and afraid of your own power. These beings are broadcasting a frequency of absolute safety, which is essential because for many of you, your deepest block is the subconscious belief that it is dangerous to be truly seen. As these beings anchor themselves into your field, they are systematically removing the trauma loops that have kept your DNA in a state of contraction. You might feel a sensation of warmth in your solar plexus or a tingling in your extremities. This is the movement of stagnant energy being flushed out. You are not doing anything. You are simply allowing the process. The 17-minute window of rescue is not a test of your worthiness. You are already worthy. It is a test of your willingness to let go of the struggle. The anchors are waiting for your explicit consent to clear the path. They are standing at the edge of your conscious awareness, holding a light that is both cooling and transformative. They do not operate through logic. They operate through the language of the heart center. When you feel that sudden shift in your breathing, that moment where you suddenly feel lighter, as if a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I receive this alignment. By doing so, you are locking in their presence. They are here to stabilize your field so that you can begin to see the next steps of your mission with absolute clarity. The static is fading. The channel is clearing. You are being prepared for a level of service you only dreamed of in your quietest moments of prayer. The transformation is not just coming. It is already unfolding within your very cells. Do not push it away. Do not analyze why it is happening. Just allow the frequency to move through you. This is the moment of your homecoming to your true self. Why does the ego fight so hard against the rescue? You may notice a strange tension in your mind as you read this. A sudden impulse to close this tab, to doubt the validity of these words, or to brush this off as too much. This is the final stand of your survival personality. It has been the captain of your ship for so long that it fears losing command. But your survival personality is not your soul. It is a defensive construct built in response to a world of scarcity. The two beings sent by the source are vibrating at a frequency that makes the survival personality vibrate apart. They are here to facilitate a surrender that is not an act of giving up, but an act of total reclamation. Surrender, in the Arcturian understanding, is the ultimate high-dimensional strategy. It is the tactical decision to stop struggling against the current of your own evolution. Think of your life as a river. You have been trying to swim upstream, fighting against the currents of collective fear, family expectations, and the shoulds of society. You are exhausted, Starseed. Your energetic battery is flickering. When you surrender, you simply stop swimming against the flow. You turn around and let the current of the source, the very current these two high beings are anchoring, carry you exactly where you need to go. This is where the magic happens. When you surrender, you allow the anchors to bypass your intellectual defenses. They cannot enter if your mind is busy building walls of skepticism. Skepticism is a heavy, leaden energy that creates a ceiling over your crown chakra. By letting go of the need to verify, the need to argue, or the need to understand every detail of the how, you widen the gate. You become porous to the light. You might notice that your physical body feels different when you do this. Your shoulders drop. Your breathing slows down, becoming rhythmic and deep. This is the physiological sign of your nervous system finally moving out of fight or flight and into flow and receive. This surrender is the key to the 17-minute activation. You have likely spent years trying to awaken. You have read the books, attended the workshops, and practiced the meditations. But trying is a 3D frequency. It implies that you are separate from what you seek. You are not separate. You are the frequency of the source, temporarily obscured by the dust of the third dimension. These two beings are using their presence to blow away the dust. But they need your stillness. They need you to be the empty vessel. For the next few moments, I invite you to consciously practice this. Exhale everything. Release the identity you have built to survive this world. Release the labels, the job titles, the perceived failures, and the accolades. In the eyes of the Arcturian Council, you are a radiant eternal traveler of the stars. Strip away the story and what remains. That core, luminous truth is what is being rescued. You are not losing your identity. You are shedding a costume that never truly fit. This is the frequency of surrender. It is quiet. It is powerful. And it is the most courageous act you will ever perform. Can you feel the shift? Can you feel them getting closer? Your DNA is far more than simply a biological blueprint, a set of instructions for your physical form. It is an exquisitely encoded library, a cosmic hard drive, a living archive of your soul's vast history and lineage. It carries not only the genetic instructions for your earthly body, but also the rich galactic information of your soul's journey, the star systems you have traveled through, the countless missions you have held across diverse dimensional planes, the profound frequencies and specialized training you received before you consciously chose to incarnate here on Earth. As the planetary field continues its accelerated shift into higher frequencies, this ancient encoded information within your DNA is being powerfully activated like dormant seeds suddenly bursting forth under the right light. You may experience this activation as sudden moments of crystalline knowing, powerful flashes of clarity about your deepest purpose that arrive without any logical precedent, simply appearing as undeniable truths. You may experience it as a deep magnetic resonance with specific symbols, ancient sounds, sacred locations, or luminous beings, feeling an inexplicable pull or recognition. You may also experience it as tangible physical sensations in your body. A wave of warmth along your spine, an electric buzzing in your hair and scalp, an undeniable feeling that something profound within you is stirring, waking up from a very, very long sleep. This is not your imagination playing tricks. This is not wishful thinking. This is memory, ancient, potent, and utterly real. And it is returning to you in direct proportion to your conscious willingness to receive it, to trust it, and to integrate it into your awakened awareness. The anchors that the Source has sent are currently interacting with your double helix structure. They are scanning for corrupt files, the memories of pain, the ancestral fears, and the societal shaming that have caused parts of your DNA to go dark or coil tightly to protect you. By loosening these coils, they are allowing the light of your true galactic origin to flood back into your biological expression. This is why you may feel a sudden shift in your preferences, what you eat, the music you listen to, the environments you crave. These are your DNA patterns shifting to match your original pre-incarnation frequency. Do not be afraid of these memories. Some of them may feel like flashes of places you have never been, or dreams of lives that feel more home than your current reality. This is your soul showing you its true depth. You are not just a human navigating 2026. You are a multidimensional traveler whose vehicle is finally receiving the upgrade it needs to navigate the transition ahead. The 17-minute rescue window is, in part, the time required to reestablish the connection between your conscious mind and this dormant genetic library. By staying focused, you are literally inviting your past greatness to integrate into your present-day power. You are not becoming someone else. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. Some transmissions don't come through words. They come through frequency. If something stirred in you right now, that's not a coincidence. 4,500 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they'd found this sooner. Arcturian Secrets. 12. Hidden Keys to Awakening is a 47-page ebook with ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment. Only 72 hours at the launch price. Topic 5. Stabilizing your expanded awareness in the physical plane. 500 words. Awakening without a robust, conscious grounding practice is akin to receiving an immensely powerful cosmic broadcast with no stable antenna installed firmly in the earth. The signal itself arrives undeniably potent, but it cannot be anchored. It cannot be integrated into your physical reality. Instead of bringing clarity and empowered action, it creates internal chaos, anxiety, and a sense of being perpetually unmoored. This is unequivocally one of the most critical, and paradoxically, most frequently overlooked, phases of Starseed activation. The ultimate goal of this awakening journey is not to escape the body, not to transcend the physical realm entirely, but precisely the opposite. It is to bring your vast, multi-dimensional intelligence and your cosmic wisdom fully and completely into this timeline, into this present moment, and into this very body you inhabit. Your physical form is the bridge. Many starseeds make the mistake of believing that spiritual means ethereal, thinking that by detaching from their physical sensations, they are becoming more ascended. The Arcturian Council warns that this is a trap of the ego, which seeks to avoid the density of 3D life. However, your mission requires you to be an anchor. When you feel spaced out, anxious, or overwhelmed by the collective energy of the world, it is because your energetic field has expanded faster than your ability to ground it into your biological vessel. Your hair, acting as your natural antenna, is receiving high-frequency light codes constantly. If your physical vessel is not stable, these codes feel like static or nervous tension. To stabilize, you must practice the art of conscious embodiment. This means bringing your awareness down from the crown and into your feet, your bones, and your breath. When you feel the intense energy moving through you, do not run from it. Breathe into your solar plexus. Feel the gravity of the Earth pulling you into this moment. The Arcturians teach that the Earth is not a prison. It is a laboratory for soul growth, and your body is the most sophisticated piece of technology in this sector of the galaxy. By choosing to be fully present, even in the mundane tasks of your daily life, you are downloading the light directly into the cellular structure of your planet. This stability is what separates those who are merely seeking from those who are activating. When you are grounded, your nervous system can handle the influx of higher dimensional information without triggering a fight-or-flight response. You become a steady pillar of light. When you walk into a room, others will feel calm without knowing why. You are literally stabilizing the energetic grid of your immediate environment. This is the definition of a light worker, one who anchors the light so firmly that it begins to transform the darkness around them. Stop looking for ways to leave. Start looking for ways to fully arrive. The more you anchor yourself in the now, the more your Arcturian gifts will naturally surface, because your body will finally feel safe enough to reveal them. You are the bridge between heaven and earth. Stand tall in that reality. In this phase, a profound liberation takes hold. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to justify your experiences, your knowing, or your unique path to anyone. You do not need to convince a single soul of the reality of what you are experiencing, what you are feeling, or the truths you have come to embody. Your primary function in this lifetime, particularly in this pivotal moment of planetary transformation, is not to argue, not to persuade, but simply to transmit. Your energy field, once cloudy and susceptible to external influences, now calibrated to its true coherent galactic frequency, carries more influence, more transformative power than 1,000 meticulously crafted arguments or intellectual debates. When you walk into a room, a meeting, or any gathering fully aligned and resonant with your authentic starseed nature, something palpable in the energetic field of that space shifts. People feel it, often without being able to consciously name the source of the profound alteration. The entire atmosphere changes. Conversations naturally change direction. Possibilities that were previously invisible, shrouded in density or doubt, suddenly become brightly apparent, sparking new ideas and pathways. This is not simply a poetic metaphor. This is the undeniable physics of frequency, the deep understanding that coherent energetic fields naturally entrain, uplift, and influence less coherent ones. A stabilized, high-frequency antenna, operating at its optimal capacity, naturally influences everything within its vibrational range. In this powerful phase, the activation is about trusting your pure, authentic transmission more deeply than your attempts at verbal translation or intellectual explanation. Your message is not what you say, it is what you are. When you vibrate at the frequency of your Arcturian origin, you are effectively recalibrating the local grid. You are a living node of the Galactic Federation of Light. Many of you have spent years feeling like you needed to teach or preach to help others, often becoming frustrated when they didn't understand. Release that burden. That is a 3D trap. Your mission is simply to maintain the frequency. If you are angry, you transmit anger. If you are anxious, you transmit chaos. But when you are centered in the light of the source, the light the anchors have helped you stabilize, you become a beacon. People will be drawn to you not because of what you tell them, but because of how they feel when they are near you. They will feel seen. They will feel safe. They will feel a longing for their own truth, sparked by your presence. Allow your very presence to be the message. Stop trying to fix the world with words and start healing it with your resonance. You are a frequency holder. As you move through your day, consciously maintain your state. If you feel the static returning, return to your breath, return to your center. You are the conductor of this cosmic symphony. Keep your note pure, and the rest of the orchestra, the collective consciousness, will eventually be forced to harmonize with you. This is how the planetary shift truly happens. One resonant starseed at a time. Some transmissions don't come through words. They come through frequency. If something stirred in you right now, that's not a coincidence. 4,500 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they'd found this sooner. Arcturian Secrets. 12. Hidden Keys to Awakening is a 47-page ebook with ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment. Only 72 hours at the launch price. Look back upon your journey thus far and deeply understand this truth. The delays you have experienced, the moments of confusion, the years of feeling out of place, of reaching for your deepest purpose and finding it always just slightly out of reach. These were not failures. They were not punishments. They were not mistakes to be corrected. They were, in the most profound cosmic sense, precise calibrations. Your individual awakening timeline was intricately seeded with specific intervals of silence and periods of apparent stagnation because the immensely significant mission you carry requires a depth of preparation and a profound internal alchemy that absolutely cannot be rushed. The Arcturian understanding of time is not linear as humans typically perceive it. It is holographic. Every single experience, including every moment of forgetting, every seeming detour, and every challenge, was an integral and essential part of the encoding process, a necessary component of your unique journey of remembering. And now, as you arrive at this sacred moment of profound recognition, as these words resonate with your soul, the synchronizations in your life will begin to accelerate with breathtaking speed and precision. The cosmic coordinates are becoming visible. The divine signal is becoming undeniably clear. This is not because something outside of you has finally granted you permission or removed an external obstacle, but because you are ready, profoundly ready at a soul level. And readiness, true readiness, has an unstoppable power to call its resonant reality into tangible form. Here then is the luminous transmission that your star family, your cosmic guides, and the very intelligence that wove your being want you to carry into the rest of this pivotal week and into the entirety of this extraordinary life. You were never broken. Not a single piece of your divine essence was ever fractured or flawed. You were never truly lost. Your internal compass was always attuned, perhaps simply waiting for the static to clear. You were never simply a human being having an anomalous experience. You are, at your core, a multi-dimensional intelligence, an ancient, wise, and powerful soul temporarily housed in a biological vessel that is, right now, in this very moment, in the glorious, miraculous process of remembering its true function, a sacred conduit for galactic light. The intense chaos you observe unfolding in the world around you is not evidence that awakening has failed. It is undeniable proof that the old fear-based frequencies are collapsing to make room for the new. You were placed in this timeline with extraordinary deliberateness for this monumental transition. You are not here to watch from the sidelines. You are here to be the stabilizing field, the unwavering anchor in the storm. You are the coherent signal in the noise. By remaining in your frequency, you allow others to find their own way home. You have done the work. You have reached the end of the 17-minute window of conscious recalibration. The anchors have completed their task. You are now fully online. Go forth and exist as the light you were born to be. Why are you feeling this intensity today? It is because your soul has been broadcasting a silent distress signal for months. You have been walking through your life feeling as though you are wearing a suit of armor that is 2 sizes too small. You feel the pulse of the planet accelerating, yet you feel like you are standing in a thick, invisible fog. This is the density trap. The Arcturian Council identifies this as a state where your consciousness is being drained by the collective fear-based frequencies of the lower dimensions. You have been trying to solve 5D problems with a 3D mindset, and that is why you feel fractured. You are a being of light trying to navigate a reality designed for consumption, not creation. The two beings sent by the Source, which I will call the anchors, are here specifically to neutralize this friction. They are not external entities in the way you perceive a human, they are frequency holders. They are here to remind your DNA of the original mission you chose before you descended into this biological vessel. Think back to the last 48 hours. Have you felt an unusual wave of grief that wasn't yours? A sudden, inexplicable surge of exhaustion, followed by a moment of sharp, crystalline clarity. That was the arrival of these beings, knocking on the door of your consciousness. They are filtering out the static, but they cannot force entry. Because you are a sovereign soul, you must invite them in. You do this by releasing the need to figure it out. You must surrender the analytical mind. When you read these words, you are not reading a text. You are downloading a frequency. The density you feel is not a permanent state. It is just a layer of dust on your wings. You are being washed clean in this moment. The 17-minute window is not about time. It is about your capacity to sustain this level of focus. Do not allow your mind to wander. Stay in the present. Your soul is finally being heard by those who have the power to lift you. Some transmissions don't come through words, they come through frequency. If something stirred in you right now, that's not a coincidence. 4,500 people have already activated their Arcturian codes, and they wish they'd found this sooner. Arcturian Secrets. 12. Hidden Keys to Awakening is a 47-page ebook with ancient techniques for conscious expansion, multi-dimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. Are you next? Get instant access in the first pinned comment, only 72 hours at the launch price.